Hey, YouTubers, diecast collectors, it is Jared White, the J-Man 6'3", and today I'm going to be doing a diecast highlight of some more of my top pieces. This is for you guys if you've been longtime subscribers, probably another rehash, but this is going to be my top 5 favorite bikes, and like I said, I really don't have a job still, so I'm still trying to find work, but until then, I will keep bringing you some more videos and some of these top pieces of my collection. So without further ado, let's get on with this diecast highlight of my top 5 favorite 1/10 scale, and I think some are about 1/8 scale bikes. Alright, so the first one up here is this beautiful chrome Martin Brothers chopper. This definitely would sit at number 5. I mean, either of these bikes could really change spots, but these are bikes that I pretty much have as my centerpiece of my collection. I mean, if I wasn't showing them off, they probably wouldn't be in my top 5 because I pretty much picked out what is my favorite, and believe it or not, I have so many bikes I've had to put some away. So I have way too many choppers in my collection. I probably have about 20 bikes, maybe 25, 30, I'm not really counting. But there are still a few I don't have that I want to get. But anyway, I'll quit yammering and I'll move on to this one. And this bike would definitely, to me, is very curvy. I mean, definitely if Sports Illustrated had a swimsuit edition and they featured bikes, this would definitely be one of them, because to me, the big rear end, the big gas tank, and just the curves, you know, it very much to me is like the female form in a way. So sort of like that without getting too weird, but it definitely, I mean, it's like the Martin Brothers, when they build their bikes, they described it as kind of an alien going down the road. Now this one was a more generic chopper that Toy Zone put out, and they painted this with all kinds of designs. Now I think the chrome was the rarest one you could get, and this had the big M on the gas tank. I don't know if you can see that. My camera picks this up a lot better than my old one though. That's kind of why I'm doing some of these top pieces, so now you can appreciate this thing in HD glory, because this thing is beautiful. Now, the drive chain back here is an actual working drive chain, which that's really cool. So all those pieces are separate and that drive chain works. Now, I bought this from Don, and I bought the yellow, I did buy the Cruel World from him, and at the same time I bought that Nostalgia, the yellow one. Now, we'll show that next, but right now I'm just going to focus on this bike. But this thing's beautiful, man. I just absolutely love it. The detail on these things are astounding. I mean, all these 1/10 scale bikes really wow me, just what they did back in the day. Just amazing detail. And then on the back here, there's a shot of, I think, Joe Martin or Jason Martin. He's next to one of his bikes that he built, and that's really cool. I would definitely love to have this one. This is the one that would really complete my Martin Brothers collection for me, and I probably wouldn't collect any more after that. There's all kinds of different colors of this one that I'm featuring, but I don't really care about those. I like having the chrome one, and this is definitely one that I would probably want more than any Martin Brothers bike. I mean, I have the little one of that, definitely want to get the big one of that, so very, very cool. Alright, so now I'm going to keep on moving here. And this one is definitely, oh yeah, what a sweet bike. Yeah, my mom hates this one. She thinks it's ugly. But, you know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So, she doesn't like this one. She's like, why'd you order that ugly yellow bike off eBay? Well, it's a very famous chopper. It was in the Smithsonian, and it was featured on been featured on a lot of TV shows with Arlen Ness, and most recently this was featured on Sacred Steel Bikes. This is a very famous chopper. It's based off of a 57 Chevy Bel Air. And you can see right here, this is the Collector's Series. I don't know what else, if there was anything else in this series in limited edition or not. But this definitely is one of my favorites. I do not have it in the box right now. I do have the box for it. But man, that thing is just hot. It's badass. I love it. I'm just looking at the wheels. This thing is so detailed. I mean, everything probably works on it. I would say the dry belts definitely work. I mean, I would say everything works on it. It's pretty much done to the nines. You can see the little Arlen Ness plate back here. And you can even see it's almost embossed. You can see the little emblem right there. If I can get that to sort of zoom in. And this is where having a background for my channel would come in handy. I am eventually working on trying to get some kind of a film box done. I want to get that done. I want to definitely do a film box for my channel. That would definitely help with the light glare that I keep getting through that window when I do my videos. But yeah, man, this thing's beautiful. And the brake handles work too. Everything works on this thing. I'm not doing a full review here. If you look real close, you can see those gas pumps, the high test ones that have your Ness sort of topper on the tank. Move to this one, yeah. So you can definitely see that this is a nice little diorama that they have this displayed in. And the only one really doing dioramas now is Greenlight nowadays. I can't really think of any other company that's doing them now. But this is a nice little diorama to have this bike in. It's very cool. So that's definitely number 5 for me. Now, I'm going to move on to the next bike because I am kind of running a lot of time on here and I don't want to be going on too much here. This is definitely the one that started the love of collecting these things. This was kind of the first one, the Dragnut in gold. And my dad has a little one of these, but he doesn't have this one. And I also have the Cruel World. I do have both of these that came out. But for me, I definitely prefer this style more for some reason. I don't know why. The Cruel World's a little more old school. And believe me, I like that look. But this one's just neat, man. It's definitely, and it's been featured in the Von Dutch book that I have. I mean, it's one of the more famous Von Dutch cycles, definitely. Springers work. I mean, I can name everything for you. The springers work, the clutch and the foot clutch works, the brake works. I mean, everything on this works. The foot pegs, they do flip up and flip down, and the dry belts do work on this thing. For a Jada, this was a very well detailed piece, and it's amazing. Rear suspension does work, and it's got a nice big old fat rear tire back there. Like I said, if you guys have been following my channel for a while, you probably will have seen this in my channel trailer and a few other videos. But this is just a very cool bike, so I definitely love that one. It's definitely going to have to take the number 3 spot. I mean, like I said, any of these could change spots, but I just love this one too. Like I said, if they weren't getting center stage, then I wouldn't be featuring them, because I pretty much have kind of made a whole thing of what I love the most in my collection. I definitely have tried to display all my favorites. Now this one here, this was kind of the end of collecting OCC bikes. I definitely want to get 2 more of them, the Miller Welder bike and the Dixie Chopper. I would like to get those, but those are alright, but compared to these next 2 I'm going to show you, these would definitely be my favorites. I like the Miller bike, okay, I still want to get it, but I'm not really chomping at the bit. This was definitely one I was chomping at the bit to buy, But I would love to get the Miller Welder bike. Don't get me wrong, that's a nice bike too. Now, I will say this one's sweet. I love this style, this OCC. I mean, I even had the T-shirt of this bike, so I have to feature it. I mean, I love the fire bike. It represents the 343 that died in the 9/11 attacks, which was a very sad day. I mean, this bike definitely is awesome to me. Got the nice detail right there on the wheel. If you want, there's a great review of this bike. Go check out, and I'm probably not going to review this because to me it's kind of fragile. Go check out Toy Hound. Type in fire bike. He had my friend the Toy Hound has a review of this bike, so it's kind of a little shout out to him. But go check out the Toy Hound's review of this bike. Now, this is a very nice model. I mean, when I saw this review on his, that actually kind of encouraged me to buy this motorcycle. Definitely love this thing. So this one, I have to say, is going to be my number 2 spot. But yeah, there is a ton of detail on this thing. I mean, they really put their heart and soul into making this fire bike. Definitely an awesome piece. Done by Joyride Ertl. And they have the features right here. But I think I got about 10 of these things. Maybe 8 or 10 at least, I'm going to say. I think I have 4 out. I think I have about 5 or 6 in display, so maybe 9 or 10. So that doesn't include the other bikes that I have. So this definitely is an awesome chopper. Now, that follows only by number 1. Ooh, yeah. Well, I forgot to show you the back. Hold on. I'll show you this other side real quick before I move on. Hold on. But you can't really see it that well, but you can kind of see the belt drive in there. But a lot of detail, the yellow tank and all that. Alright, so now I'm going to get on. I'll quit teasing you guys. Number 1 is definitely the Black Widow. The one, the only. What started OCC. And this is number 1 for a lot of reasons. It's a bike that I remember. It's a bike I remember seeing and a bike I remember wanting a long, long time ago. And I had this one in my crosshairs forever. Oh my god, when I saw this for 35, I think it was like 35 bucks on this website on eBay. I think his name was the King of Stuff that I bought it from. I think it was from Myrtle Beach, North Carolina. I don't know exactly where I got this from, but oh man, this definitely is a sweet chopper. I love the Black Widow. Gotta say, this definitely was the one that started everything. I mean, this was featured in the Bike-tacular on Discovery Channel. They had a bike countdown of all the top bikes ever made. This was one of their choppers. And to me, I can see why. I mean, I love the Black Widow. I don't know what it is for me, man. Toy Hound also had a review, but he only had the 1/18th scale model of this. So he did review the smaller model, but I have the big one, the Big Daddy. This thing's awesome. And I think you could get a more collectible version of this that was in chrome, but I much prefer this version because I like the colored one. I don't really think that everything should have been chrome on it, but this thing's nice. And I mean, I'll say one more time, everything works on it pretty much. The brake handles and the drive things. I had this one for a long time. I found one that was kind of broken. The mirror was broken off. I found one that was a certain way, but it took me a long time. Was in my crosshairs for a while. I didn't want to overpay. I didn't want to pay 50 bucks for one because it's a little too much money. But yeah, that is nice. I will tell you. I'll show it from the top down view. A little bit of glare. So this one was definitely one of the close to last ones that I had bought. But this definitely is awesome. I know, I'm kind of really showing this one off a lot because I love it. Now I'll show the back here. Now I think I own every one of these. Yep. I have that fire bike. I have the old school Cody. I have Mikey's bike. I have the Black Widow. I have the Jet bike. I have Lucy's bike, and I have the Comanche. So 1, 2. I think the tool bike makes number 8. I don't think they had all these on the back, but I do have the tool bike, so that I think that makes 8. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know exactly how many I have, but I almost have all of them, I believe. The only 2 I'm missing are the Dixie Chopper and the Miller Welder. The Miller Welder bike I'm missing. I need to get those 2. So anyway, yeah, there's definitely more bikes I want to get. The biggest one I want to try to get is the Jesse James penny save, the 1/5 scale penny save. I think I mentioned that before in my videos, and that's a pretty expensive one to find. Very hard to get. It's very rare. I don't know if I'll ever find it, but that's one I'm definitely trying to hunt down. It's in my crosshairs. Don't want to spend much more than 15 minutes because I know you guys don't like to watch huge videos. So, but definitely, like I said, I would love to get more bikes. It's just right now I don't have a job, so it's kind of hard to really buy a lot of stuff. So I'm definitely kind of rehashing some old things. Well, definitely check out more of my videos, you know, comment, subscribe, hit the notification button, and like I said, make sure you leave a comment. Anyway, guys, I'm Jared White, the J-Man 63. If it has to do with diecast, it has to be the J-Man 63. Have a good one, guys. Bye.